Alright, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi y'all. Early, early, early on Sunday morning. It's like before 4 o'clock on Sunday morning. So working a day shift today. And scheduling's kind of changed at work. Could be a really good thing. So it's basically going to be the overnight shifts Monday through Friday now. And we've got some fill-in people. We get lost a supervisor, so we haven't hired back in another supervisor, so we're going to do it with the supervisors we have, and then we've got a couple of people we train are doing the weekends supervisor jobs. So until something else changes, which may be a while, maybe a couple of minutes, who knows, Monday through Fridays. But so far that hasn't worked out because once again, and you've heard me talk about this over the years, you turn around and you're several people short. Some of it was planned that they were going to be gone, and some of it was not planned that they were going to be gone. Things happen. That's just how it is. So there's always a problem that needs working. You work one problem, and then you turn around and you work another one, and sometimes you have a couple of problems prop up at the same time, and it's feels like you're fighting a wasp's nest with a broomstick. Not even the broom end on it, just a broomstick. But anyway, I sort of did that the other day, and I'm glad there wasn't really any cameras on. I was trying to run some wasp out of a foam box there in a hole in the bottom, and I'd bang on the box, and they would come out, and I was swatting at them with my hat and dancing around. And I was just glad by the time it was over that I thought the folks in the surveillance room would have turned a camera around when I said that's what I was going up to do, was take care of a wasp nest. But they didn't, and so Fuzzy, Lieutenant Fuzzy doing the kill the wasp dance was not on film, and that may be a good thing. But anyhow, so this is going to be an extremely busy week. Started Friday with one of those, somebody didn't show up. Oh, look at that. I didn't show you. I've got a couple of days growth today. It's going, and I got my ears lowered the other day. Went back to the barber shop I've been going to, and this time the lady barber was there, and I got her to do it. If you remember last time, it was one of the guy barbers, and it was a good haircut, but I wasn't as happy with it as I was when the lady barber did it. So this time we went back, and the lady barber was there, and I think she did a really good job. And she blasted through it in a hurry. They got the old clippers, got the vacuum hose on them. And boy, she sits there and blasts through my haircut. And Dave, I know I could do it myself. I get it. I could buzz it all down the same length and be done with it. But I still like going to a barber shop, so I do. All right, so that was Boots. The shave stick there with Boots. That's a British drugstore chain, right? I got that right? One of my old buddies, when I was still at the shave den before I got kicked out, had gone to England and brought me one back, as I recall. Either that or somebody had given me one, and when he went, I asked him to bring me some more. I can't remember. That's been too long ago. But it does a pretty good job. But anyway, that's just a drugstore brand, Boots. And I thought it's done real good. I don't even know if they're making it anymore. They had a shave stick, and then they had a shave bowl. And I've got the bowl around here somewhere, and I thought I remembered they had quit making it in the bowl and was just being made in the shave sticks. And I don't even know if they make that anymore. Brush there is my Ever Ready 200. First brush I ever reknotted. That's a golden nib silver tip badger knot. My first one and one of my favorites that I reknotted many moons ago. I've been doing this for a while, and I think I enjoy this one the most. Nice big deal. So for a razor today, we're going to use one that I had said I wanted, and a buddy of mine here over in Lafayette hooked me up with, if y'all remember, Michael. So I thought Hoffritz was the brand, and then there was Merker. But come to find out, Merker made Hoffritz to be sold in department stores and stuff. So I wanted a Hoffritz razor. I thought it was actually the main brand. And come to find out, it wasn't. But anyway, he got me one. So we have a Hoffritz, and we have the slant going this morning. I have several Merkers, thanks to people gifting them to me mostly. And I have some other slants. I still say, okay, so this blade's going to do good. I couldn't remember how old the blade was in it. I tend to leave blades because I don't have kids that are going to dig through and, find a blade and get cut. That leads me to another story I'll tell in a minute. But anyway, blade's going to be fine. So is the slant really that big a deal and really that necessary over a regular head? No. Does it do any really better job, easier or anything? No. Marketing gimmick. Is it bad? No. I mean, it's a good shaving two-sided thingy. I've got several slants. Like I said, they were mostly gifted to me. But it's marketing. A lot of stuff. I was at the store the other day buying candy bars, to be exact. And I'm sitting there, and there's me and this other guy. We're looking down through there. And I made the comment that there's too many choices. And he said, yeah, all the bright colors and, the packaging and everything to get your attention. I said, yep, good old marketing in motion. And he said, yeah, that's right. And we both, at just about the same time, said, well, works on me. So, they were having some kind of a special or whatever. And a lot of times I'll buy a special when it's not really, when you actually go and put the pencil to it sometimes, especially go to a meat market and buy the meat specials. And once you put the pencil to it, our local store here has 10-pound packs, $10, packs of hamburger or the little, thin cut pork, different pork steaks, or what I was trying to say was thin cut beef steaks, 7 steaks, tip steak, whatever, different round steaks, and they cut them thin and they put them in. And they stick a $10 price tag on it, just base $10 price tag, and everybody thinks you're doing so good. But when you look at the weight, usually 1.5 pounds, sometimes you're getting a deal on the meat, and sometimes they have $10 ground beef they already cut into patties for you. And sometimes it's a deal, and sometimes you can go down to the meat case and you can buy the ground meat by the pound cheaper. But people come through and they see the marketing and they snatch them up. And sometimes I'm that person too. But anyway. All right, let's get our second pass going here. So my supervisor came by the other day. I had to work over. I was getting off at 6 in the morning, had worked since 10 at night, and somebody didn't show up. And I went over and said, all right, I'll clock back in. And I'll go over and I'll stay until, we can get somebody to come in. Well, as will often happen, there wasn't really anybody to come in. Nobody answers their phone early in the morning. You have to have specific, it's an arm post, so it has to be one of the arm people. It's got to be somebody that knows that post because it's an important, very high visibility type post where you have to know what's going on. So anyway, they couldn't get anybody. So I said, oh well, I'm stuck till 2 o'clock. My overnight turned into a 16. And if everybody that's watched me for a while, that's not as unusual as it sounds. So anyway, my boss comes by to let me know what I already knew. And finally got a manager in there that manages, and I get along, I think I get along real good with him. I feel like I do. I told him the other day I like working with him and the way he does things, because the way he does things are a whole lot like I would. But anyway, he had complimented me because I'd gotten my hair cut and I had trimmed up the goatee and wearing our new uniforms, the dark color polos, and got my ballistics vest. So, he came by and he complimented the shave. and the trim of the beard and the way I was looking. I said, well, yeah, I know how to shave. Been doing videos for how many ever years. And he gave me, I said, yeah, the old safety razors and double edge, single edge, injector razors. So he showed me his finger. He's got a scar on the side of his finger where he was a kid, and he decided he wanted to take the blade out of his daddy's razor. And it was a butterfly opener. I don't know what make or anything. But anyway, and when he grabbed the head of it to twist on the handle, he sliced his finger half off. But maybe that's an exaggeration. Maybe it wasn't half off. But anyway, so he had an old double-edged war story. So check that out. Look at that. That is a wonderful shave. Two-sided thingies shave fine. I prefer one-sided thingies. A slant, you can do the Gillette slide if you feel you need that slant in action. I don't really know where, but there's people in the world that swear that the only thing they can shave with is a slant razor and a new feather blade, and I'm only going to get one shave out of it, then it's not any good anymore. That means you don't know what you're doing. Or either you want to be one of those dramatic, high-maintenance people that nothing works for, and everything's just got to be just a little bit different with me. And that probably means you're one of the ones that's running around causing problems in traffic. That's just all together, how it goes. But anyway, slant razors, nothing wrong with them, bless their hearts. Matter of fact, I'm sitting here looking at another slant razor I got. It's on the cabinets, and I never put it up. I used that sometime last week. Phoenix. I can't remember what they call that thing, but anyway, from Phoenix Shaving. All right, let's get our little bit of witch hazel going here. Get our final little pass. Now, I could have went with just one pass as usual, and nobody's going to walk up and feel my face and say, oh, I wouldn't. Well, not but once. I do work arms, But anyway, we're going to do our routine because we like routines, and that's the way we're going to do it. So I have a couple of quick shout outs while I'm on here. Miss Susie, hadn't said hello in a while. How you doing, ma'am? So, in a little side note, I talked to my dad the other day. I'm all excited because we're supposed to do some hunting this year. He's retiring. I want to say happy retirement, finally, to my pop. Man's worked hard all his life. Y'all may have heard me say before, he was a crop duster when I was growing up, when he married Mom. And he adopted us so that we would have his name. And over the years, he's put up mostly with, I wasn't the easiest kid to raise, and still not the easiest person to be around. My brother had pointed that out to me not long ago. But he did the work that was needed to keep the food on the table and all of that. So he's finally retiring. Happy retirement. But he had called the other day and wants to do some hunting this year, or said I could come do some hunting with him. He's got some spots to hunt. So might get to do a little deer hunting this year. Hadn't done that in a long time. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to get a hold of a rifle. I don't have a deer rifle anymore. Not one that's reliable past about 50 yards. I got my granddad's old 30-06, but it's been shot so much over the years that after about 50 yards, it's a guess where the bullet's going to go. I did, however, kill a deer that was about 120 yards away with it many moons ago, but I did not hit where I aimed. I just got lucky and hit it bad enough to kill it. But anyway, so Pops, congratulations. Miss Susie, how you doing? My partner, Bryce, hope you're doing good. He'll still be sleeping. So a British aftershave, I could have used, I do have still some of the Boots Freshwood, I think it's called, but the Pashana here is a little more refined. And since we're working a Sunday morning, I thought we'd use something a little more refined when it comes to an aftershave. Persona is really nice. If you never tried it, if you can get your hands on some, it's nice. It's got a little spiciness to it. I don't know. I do not do good describing scents. Go look it up. But there we go. And all righty. Who did I miss? I know I missed people on the shout out, and viewer number 7 will catch me in the. So shout out to viewer number 7, and Dave in Kentucky, because if I don't mention him, he'll whine and catch me in the comments. But anyway, did I say that out loud? Not me. I wouldn't do that. Got the Williams mug with the coffee this morning, if you ain't noticed. But anyway, that's it for me this morning. Check out that fine shave. And got the goatee trimmed up some. And if people are noticing, then you're doing a good job, right? So that counts. Well, y'all have a good day. We'll catch you next time. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, remember, it's marketing. Now, that doesn't mean you can't take advantage of it. It doesn't mean there's anything to be shameful of if you fail to the marketing. But it is marketing. If you understand that, you might be better off. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shades to you.